So just continuing. Grab my full cement. And I want to come back curving this way so you can see that I have the trowel turned to make that turn just a little bit. See how it looks. It looks good. And we'll just keep initiating the turn in that direction. Our concrete is looking very nice and full. Too far up. Pull back. Push it. Just keep pushing. Make sure you push in. You push in the concrete so that it fills the entire form. So I put a batch there and I keep pushing all throughout the form. And I can advance the form forward a little bit as I'm still pushing just a little bit on my concrete. Pack in the concrete, push it. I even keep my fingers down a little bit, push that in like so. I'm gonna head it in that direction just a little bit. Concrete. Okay. Back. Get my form wet. Come back into this area and gently ride through this area. Just pushing down gently, letting the form do most all of the work. Trying to get that nice and finished. You get it just right, you should be able to pack the form, advance it, and it will look almost perfect as it's coming out. And if it doesn't, that's okay. We'll just go back and touch it up a little bit. Going to make just a little bit of a slurry. Real wet mix. Just to fill this front area, just to touch up this top, touch up that just a little bit. This curve is hard to make. Put just a little bit right down here. One thing I'm noticing on this curve, it likes it better when I'm going that way. When I go this way, it digs into this corner. So I'm taking it that way so that I'm not digging out this tight inside corner. Okay. I like it. Just to finish, I take my sponge. That's just dry, because I'm finished for the day. I started at that wet spot there. I've been about an hour and a half. I've done 8 feet. I'm done for the day. That's all I want to do. So I will make this end ready to go for next time. Just rough it off a little bit. That's ready to go. And I take my real dry sponge. I'm just going to touch, especially around, see this corner? I'm just going to take my sponge and just bring it like that and smooth it just so gently. Same up here. Just slight imperfections. They come out with the sponge. Down a little bit right here on top. See this here? Just going to clean that up with my not even damp sponge, just slightly wet. This I'm just going to pull out of the way. While it's wet, it's real easy to move. Once it dries, it's crumbly and a little bit more difficult. Right here where my seam was, just checking that. It's been drying for almost an hour. And so not even 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Just checking that to make sure I like it. Check everything. And there we go. We covered stops, starts, tight turns, mixing easily and correctly. One last thing that I like to do. Check the back side. Is concrete wants to dry extremely quickly. The faster concrete dries, the more easily or susceptible it is to crack. So, in order to keep your concrete from drying out too quickly, take a piece of plastic. You know, my sandbags just happen to be plastic. And so I'm just going to take my sandbag. I'm going to make a cover for my curbing. Now, if it was to rain, that would help the rain to not damage my curb. At this point, unless you have a torrential downpour, just a slight rain won't hurt this curb. It's pretty much where it's going to be. But just to help it dry less rapidly, I'll just take and cover. And all you need is just a little bit of dirt here and there to keep it from moving. And then I have one other bag. I'll put it on this end. Just a little bit of dirt to keep that moving around. And there you have it. And that helps my concrete to cure more slowly. Gives my concrete more time to cure. So when I take this off, I can take it off tomorrow, my concrete will look like this. And it'll be very durable. See, I can walk on this. It's very strong. I'm not worried about it breaking or cracking or anything. The other thing people ask all the time, shouldn't you put some expansion joints in it? Concrete will move with the earth. You're going to get a crack here and there, no matter what you do. The problem is, if I put an expansion joint right here, and the earth moves and gives me a little crack right there, why, the expansion joint didn't do anything. It was pointless. Now I have a crack in here, and I have a crack here. If it cracks here, that's just natural. Let it crack there. Don't worry about those expansion joints. I've seen expansion joints where they cut too deep through the concrete and it actually causes it to separate and pull apart. And then it's not a real good, nice look. You're looking for a real good, nice look. So, there we have it. I'm ready to go to lunch. Thanks for watching.